What's up, guys? My name's Arianna.
And I'm Maple.
And today we are watching Breaking Bad, Season 3, Episode 2.
What are we looking at? A fly?
I hate flies.
Ew.
I hate them. I hate that sound. Make it stop.
I have never wanted to look at a fly up close.
Actually has a pecking order, and the head hyena, he's the man. You know, all the other ones have to like.
Well, yeah, I forgot Jesse's been skimming.
I mean, literally, it's so gross.
And then selling to his
They
NA
have to
meetings.
lick his junk. If this is supposed to be all like major league and all, we should have equipment maintainer guys and water boys. You know?
Don't, please don't.
It's like making my
Aerating,
teeth
bitch.
like.
Oh, I hate it.
Once it's in here,
I
it's
literally
right.
can't.
I don't know if that's any better.
I don't even like to eat on ceramic bowls and plates because of the
Okay.
noise. Like,
15 hours.
I know people who bite down on their
Starts
forks
now.
and
Oh, stop.
utensils.
Don't understand.
Like literally, like
What?
chills.
Numbers, they just don't add up. It's our output. We're off. We're 0.14% off.
0.14, that's like.
Means we should be netting more than we're netting.
So how far off are we?
Ballparking it, I'd say we're a quarter to a half a pound shy.
It's weird. Well, what about spillage?
Nothing gets spilled.
Little, maybe.
Nothing gets spilled.
What about evaporation?
It wouldn't account for this much. The materials aren't out that long.
What about the other one?
The drops, like on the like cold beer.
Condensation?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, what about the crap that gets left behind? You know, all the gunk we scrape out of the vats. I add up like a gallon.
Vestiges.
Yeah. Vestiges.
Bet that's it.
he's not being very smart about this. Like, if you're skimming enough that he can notice you're doing something wrong. Now, if there's extra, yeah, take the extra. But to actually skim is stupid.
Mr. White,
Ah.
are you okay?
Yeah, why?
Nothing.
It's getting a little tough with Jesse.
Are you coming?
Yeah, in a minute.
Like,
Is he, like, still really... Do you think he's guilty from... Wow.
could a fly even get in there? I'm so confused.
I'm sure it can if they're, like, in... If it's in... They open the door, go down the stairs, or whatever. Do you think he's that annoyed by the fly?
No, I think Walter has problems.
Well, I think he's still feeling really guilty about what Skylar said.
The hell are you doing, bro? See, Walter seems like somebody who would say, "Son of a biscuit."
Not anymore. Maybe in the
Not
beginning.
anymore. In the beginning, though.
Oh, bro, just let it go.
I know, like,
Oh my god.
it's so interesting, like how like hyper fixated he gets on. Beef so for real. Just get it later when it flies back down.
It's gonna die eventually.
Yeah, in a few hours probably, honestly. Like, it's not like it's... He's just like, was it worth it? Like, I just like don't...
Oh, and his shoe's stuck.
That's great.
Is this what this whole episode's about to be, though?
What if he falls off the edge and Jesse's gone?
If this whole episode is just watching Walter struggle.
Obsess over this fly and now his now stuck shoe. You're too old for that, my bud, my friend, my man.
Do not. Is this gonna be the whole episode? We have to watch him fight a fly.
What if a fly takes
Oh
him
my
out?
god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Hit the nail on the head any harder, Maple.
He hit that vat. I think he'll be okay. But that's rough.
How hard he hit that bat though? It's not like...
Yeah, but it seems like maybe thing to vat is maybe only like 6 feet. Like the height of a person, maybe. Vat to ground, another 6. It's like his
That was
obsession.
crazy.
Like maybe that's a metaphor. Like
It is.
His obsession is like gonna
I feel
hurt
like
him.
I also feel like it's the consequences. Oh my gosh, the consequences of his actions. Like he wanted to make meth to sell to provide for his family. Now he doesn't have a wife. He doesn't live in the home. You know, so I don't know. Maybe not. It
Is
made
this
sense
something
before it came
with
out. By
Jane?
now.
Yeah. Yo, what the f-
Tina, shut the door. My ears are popping.
Positive pressure.
God,
That like hurt me.
Joe.
Well, just move your jaw around. Move it around.
I am moving around, all right? It's not
Then
working.
just yawn or something. Stop acting like such a baby.
What is happening?
Yeah. What positive? Positive what?
Pressure. There's been a contamination.
Whoa, hey, hold up.
Something got into the lab.
What do we do? I mean, do we... Wait. I mean, shouldn't we be wearing masks?
No, it's not that kind of contaminant.
So it's like not dangerous? Mr. White, talk to me here.
They're hunting this fly.
Particularly, no.
Tell us that.
This is, I made it.
Exactly what kind of contaminant are we dealing with here?
A little baby fly.
Fly.
He's just like, he's so easily bothered.
Fly, like...
It's because
Like, what
he's
do you
still
mean?
a man who doesn't have control. He's
Like
still
a
man
fly,
without
a
actual
fly hurt his feelings because he fell over the balcony and he couldn't just
Like,
take that. Like
one
it's the
fly?
fly's fault.
Absolutely.
Singular? What'd it do?
It got into the lab and I'm trying to get it out, okay? Understand?
No. Man, not really. I can't say that I'm really following. Dude, you scared the out of me. When we say it's contamination, I mean, I'm thinking like an Ebola leak or something.
Ebola.
Yeah, it's a disease on the Discovery Channel where all your intestines sort of just slip right out of your butt.
Thank you. I know what Ebola is. What would a West African virus be doing in our lab?
So you're chasing around a fly, and in your world, I'm the idiot.
See, listen. This fly
I mean, you're not
Any
bright
fly
right now, but yes.
cannot be in our lab. It's a contamination, and that is in no way a misuse of the word.
Oh my god.
In terms of
and to be completely honest,
keeping our cook clean and our product unadulterated, we need to take this very seriously. Now, do you understand?
how condescending this mother
Is that your fly saber?
bet, Jesse.
It's water.
It's a swaddle.
Happens to work quite well, thank you.
You couldn't just go get.
And why isn't it dead yet?
What happened to your head? You didn't hit it like really hard?
My head is not the problem, Jesse. The fly is the problem.
Do you think the top
And
of that
your
vat,
ego and the way you emote. And
the top of that vat, like has a big ass dent
Does
from his
it?
big body? I don't know. I'm just saying it probably
Seems
does.
unusual to a layman.
oh my god.
Get it? Seems insignificant, right?
Because it is.
In a highly controlled environment such as this,
He makes me want to throw actual punches.
any pollutant, no matter how small, could completely
This is what no does to a man.
Yo, bet. Yo, no, you didn't.
Hello. Are you here all night?
Jesse, look, I'm fine. Okay,
He's literally not.
please.
He's manic. This is like this is an episode.
Okay, look, we're running late, so let's just get started, shall we? The sooner we do it.
After all of that,
I know.
The batch will be good for nothing if we don't clear the contaminant.
We're making meth here.
All right, not space shuttles.
We're making nothing until we catch this fly.
What fly? All right, where the hell is this fly? Not like I even seen the thing. Maybe your positive pressure blew it out the door or something.
No, it is here. It is around, okay? And I am not going to expose this batch to the open air and contamination. You can leave me to deal with this myself, or you
Walter
can...
needs to
But
be
you're right. We are running out of time, so I need your answer
put
right
somewhere.
Do you think, like, I don't even know, like, what would help him at this point. He so does not know the root of his problems. I've never seen someone project the way he projects onto everything with his emotions. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Look, I like making cherry products, but let's keep it real. All right, we make poison for people who don't care. All right, we probably have the most unpinky customers in the world.
No rationalizing. We'll find it any minute. Don't give up.
You think if he, like, put that energy into, like, trying to do something good, he'd be a happier person?
Did you know that there's a acceptable level of rat turds that can go into candy bars? It's the government.
Yeah,
Jack,
the FDA does not
even
care that much about us.
the government doesn't care. And, see what I'm...
What are you doing?
Oh, hey. Let me just...
He is just like literally.
Little sodium
It's
hydroxide, shut the
painful.
lid. No, I'm done, then we're golden.
Like, I hate when, like, I understand why they do this to him. I understand why they're showing us to it, like, story-wise. I get it.
Stays closed. That's an order.
I just cannot stand him like this.
It's like
50-50
like an unchecked child. Like it's just very annoying. Like he's a toddler that's running around at a restaurant that you wish somebody would just be like,
God!
why?
What is it from? Oh.
Jesse. You see it, right?
Smack him in the head, please. Please.
You want me to
Please.
get it?
Yes.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna need your swatter thing.
He's so excited to smack him in the face. I would be too, though.
It's okay. Come on.
Make it count.
No. I'm gonna make it count. All right.
Okay. Now, 1, 3.
You like that?
I just like I can't like.
Did you get it? Where is it?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Who cares? I got it. It's right there. Look.
This is a raisin.
Look, I definitely got it, man. All right.
Oh.
He's got some skills.
I'll give him that.
I feel like I'm running out of ways to explain this to you, but once more, I shall try. This fly is a major problem for us. It will ruin our batch, and we need to destroy it and every trace of it so we can cook. Failing that, we're dead.
Oh.
How about we go get some air?
Your answer to we're sliding headfirst into a massive crash.
Mr. White, all right, I understand that the fly is a serious thing now, all right? I'm on board. I'm just saying, maybe if we went and got some air, it would help us come up with a plan on how to catch it, then come back down here and subtract his ass.
Oh, great. You have your keys?
Yeah.
You sure? Last thing we need is to get locked out.
Yeah. Hey!
You're not gonna help me. Stay out of my way.
Every single time I start to have sympathy for him and get it. Like,
Yo, does somebody have an axe I can use? Alaxo!
this feels all bad. Like, I don't.
God, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Okay, no, this is all wrong. All of these reactions feel wrong.
There we go.
damn it. Need some juice? Maybe?
Damn. You got him.
Knock yourself out. It's a real one. Yeah, like yours was working. Here, how about this?
Non-toxic glue strips.
It's got pheromones, all right? I got a butler. We hang them up all over the place. It won't be able to resist.
Have you ever seen those things like in real life? And with the like, they are so gross.
Sure hope we have enough.
There you go.
Yeah, we used those at a specific place.
How long do you think you've been away?
Gross.
Why do you keep asking me that?
Just figure, you could use some coffee is all. I know I could.
Cheers, Jesse.
Take cream and sugar?
Black's fine.
Is he about to drug him, yo? And why did I just turn into Jesse when I asked?
Even me. These pheromones are supposed to kick ass.
Why are they
Why?
doing that?
That we catch this mofo any second. You ever have like a wild animal trapped in your house?
Not that I can recall, no.
We did. This one time, back when it was my aunt's house. Possum. Big freaky.
Oh my god, that would be the best day of my life.
Hey, since
That
when
would
did they
be the
change it
best
to
day of my life.
opossum? What's up with that? Opossum makes it sound like he's Irish or something. I mean, why they gotta go changing everything? Or whatever. Big rats, anyways. Giant
Somewhere-
detailed rats with their pink rat faces. Totally freaky. Alien rats. But he was living there, under the house. You could hear him going from like room to room. They'd play dead or whatever. It's just so lame.
Is there a discernible point to this story?
He's the wild animal.
point
He's the
that
possum in your house.
Be arriving at sometime in the near future?
It's just a total.
Honestly, I hate when people do that. So rude. Like, you just listen to the story.
Said all
They'll
this
get there
stuff,
eventually.
Yeah, you don't have to be like, what's the point?
He finally got it. But my aunt, she kept insisting she could still hear the thing. Even gave it a name. It's Scrabble. Yeah, that was it. Got obsessive about stuff. Just got mad. We didn't know what was up.
This episode feels
Viper
oddly
too.
cryptic, right?
Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot of
It turned out that the cancer had spread to her brain, and that was why. But it was good that was when we decided to take her to the doctor and got her some treatment. Meds, so she wasn't stressing all the time.
Where the hell is he?
I wasn't even listening.
He really does give a fire
I've
monologue,
been
though.
to my oncologist, Jesse. I'm still in remission.
Yay.
I'm healthy.
Good.
He's
Great.
physically. He's healthy physically.
Well,
There was
excuse me, sir. Don't set your drink down on the work area.
bye. I had to have enough to leave them. That was the whole point. None of this makes any sense if I didn't have enough. It had to be before she found out. Skylar.
Perfect moment. For what? What, you saying you want to die?
I think he realizes he has signed a death wish regardless.
I've lived too long. You want them to actually miss you. You want their memories of you to be. But she just won't. She just won't understand. I truly believe there exists some combination of words. There must exist certain words in a certain specific order that would explain all of this. But with her, I just can't ever seem to find them.
Swat, how about you just sit down?
I was thinking maybe before the fugue state, but before the fugue state, I didn't have enough money. So no.
So close.
You're so close, my guy. You're so close.
And plus, my daughter wasn't born yet. It had to be after Holly was born.
White.
Definitely before the surgery. Damn second cell phone. I mean, how could it possibly? Ah, I know the moment. It was the night Jane died.
Yo, are you about to give yourself a...
I was at home and we needed diapers. And so I said I'd go. But it was just an excuse. Actually, that was the night I brought you your money, remember? But afterward, I stopped at a bar. I never do that. Go to a bar alone. I never told you.
No, because you don't take time to reflect, like, hardly ever.
I sit down and this stranger...
How much of the story is he actually going to give?
engages me in conversation. He's a complete stranger.
Or is he actually going to be honest?
That's what I'm saying. Like, do you...
But he turns out to be Jane's father, Donald Margolis. I mean, he was just some guy in a bar. And I didn't put it together until after the crash when he was all over the news.
Jane's dad.
Think of the odds. Once I tried to calculate them, but they're
That you murdered his daughter?
I mean, think of the odds of me going in, sitting down that night in that bar next to that man.
Why don't you tell him what actually happened?
Water on Mars.
No.
Family.
Yeah.
What about family?
I told him that I had a daughter, and he told me he had one too. And he said, never give up on family. The universe is random. It's not inevitable. What is this saying? What is it telling us when on the very night that this man's daughter dies, it's me who's having a drink with him?
You're the Grim Reaper? I don't know.
Couldn't that be random?
Hey, sit down.
No.
This is literally me fighting Benadryl when I have to take some, like...
Oh,
it feels awful.
Out.
It's awful.
that night, I should never have left home. Never gone to your house. Maybe things would have... I was at home watching TV, some nature program about elephants, and Skylar and Holly were in another room. I could hear them on the baby monitor. She was singing a lullaby.
The beginning of the episode.
Mm-hmm. The callbacks are great, though.
If I had just lived right up to that moment, and not 1 second more.
He's
my
crying.
God.
That would have been perfect.
Oh, as much as Walter frustrates the ever-loving everything out of me, he is such a good actor.
Yeah. Is that what flies see? Because that's...
I want to vomit.
Must be Thailand hot up there. That's why he likes it. Thailand's hot, right?
Staying up there forever.
I wish you would just tell him.
What are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
No, seriously, this is a bad idea.
Just hold on to it. Hold it still.
You drugged him.
This is all very bad. Oh!
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what? Being a lunatic?
Sorry about Jane.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm very sorry.
It's not your fault. It's not mine either. It's no one's fault, not even hers.
I cannot handle this level of stress right now.
We are who we are. Mr. White. 2 junkies with a duffel bag full of cash. You said both would have been dead within a week. I miss her, though.
Oh my God.
Calm down.
I'm so close.
We need to cook.
What about the contamination?
It's all contaminated.
Okay, well.
All right. Probably stay out of the way.
I can't believe this entire episode has been about this damn fly.
Yeah!
Oh my God.
Somebody got...
That was so dramatic.
I can't believe he fought it that long. After being up all night, too.
Yeah, and hitting his head and... Yeah. Yes.
Crazy shot.
The Benny fever dreams.
They're always so stressful for me.
Benadryl fever dreams are
They're
the worst. Oh, never mind. I thought he was about to have like
How's the yield?
202 and change. You okay getting home?
Yeah, better.
Jesse, I couldn't chance saying it inside. For all I know, the lab's wired for sound. That's half a pound. I said they're off by. Now, I'm not accusing you. But if, you understand? And if they ever found out.
I didn't take...
Jesse.
That's like the
Just
frustrating
saying
piece.
that I won't be able to protect you.
Yeah.
I was asking you to.
They're both so frustrating in their own ways. It's terrible. It just makes me so sad because I see the potential in both of them. That's why I get so angry. That's why I get frustrated.
Yeah. It's like, it's one thing if Jesse accepted that he was going to be a bad guy, but then it's like, he needs to be smarter. Like, and by him not being smart, it just kind of like ruins it for him. Like,
Yeah. Like the boss.
he has some like bad juju on him to have all these flies.
Well, he does have bad juju on him. I'm sorry. The karma monster is on his heels.
Well, they put him on that altar, so.
Mhm.
That's kind of scary.
I like how they do it because it's like I do like
Was Walt finally feeling a consequence of his
I
actions?
think he was. I think the guilt finally caught up to him.
Wow.
I mean, but let's be real. How do you there in the real world, unless you have, a severe personality disorder or like you just don't have the ability to feel any empathy.
like a
amount of
psychopath.
like a psychopath or a sociopath, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. The full lack
like
of empathy.
actual, lack of empathy. Like
fully.
you just don't. That's not on
And
your
even
spectrum.
though narcissists often have lack of empathy, I think to a certain degree
There's an awareness.
you still like the reason narcissists are narcissists because at some point in time they didn't get the attention or whatever they deserve, then usually it
and they care
manifests.
about getting something done.
Yes.
Like a sociopath just doesn't.
Yeah, no.
Or psychopath just doesn't. Like it's just a way of life, and it has been, and it will
Yeah.
be. Like
Exactly.
but they don't care. Like it just doesn't matter.
Like they get
Yeah.
it, but so with the amount of problems for himself and the people he loves around him, or the people even if he doesn't love them, the people he's surrounded by, there has been so many things that have gone down that he is the problem. There's no way you continue in the proper like. It doesn't matter how much you repress, man.
That's why I
It
was
still
like,
lives
he's
in the
like-
body and lives
yeah,
somewhere.
I was
like
I knew it when he started talking. I was like, I knew
It-
it.
it,
I knew we
like-
were gonna get there. Like, it had if you're somewhat of a normal person, like that
Yeah.
has to be within you. Like
So-
the capability. Like I feel like there's times like you can't just never blame yourself for things. Like it's a very normal thing. Like to
Yeah.
blame yourself for something happening. Like and the fact that he just doesn't ever sit with a feeling and be like, oh,
Right.
even if it's not his fault, truly, kind of like how Jesse explained. It's like, yeah, sure, could we say it's not really Walter's fault? Like it may have happened to her. I think the situation at hand, he has a fault in being a person and not helping, and he's the
Also,
reason that went so bad. Like,
if he wouldn't have been there in the first place, we can't say for sure she wouldn't have ended up on her back, but she wasn't on her
she wasn't on her back at that
when
given
he did it until he went to wake Jesse
till he went
up.
to wake Jesse up and knocked her over onto her back.
So,
and like, we know Walter's not an idiot.
Yeah. And
like,
he also stood there and watched her
literally die. Like, he knew what was happening. Like, it, and so like that, yes, like that situation, I 100% believe is his fault. Jane's addiction is not his fault. Like, her, like, the overdose, like, all this stuff, like, like, I think it's like how Jesse explained it. Like, it can't really, like, at that point, like, things happen.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I think, he definitely said it best.
He said it best. We would have been
dead in a week, 2 junkies with a bag full of
like,
money.
Yes, like, they would have died eventually had they continued. That's what happens. Like, you will die eventually if you continue on that path. It's the same for anything. And so it's like, but how he interjected himself into the middle of that happening, I still think it's his fault. So, like, at least he's, like, feeling some type of way.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And I think it makes sense, like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I think it makes sense, like, him spiraling a little bit because
yeah,
he did something, like, I think he felt like he was making a sacrifice to save Jesse at the time. Like, he thought that he was saving Jesse from this thing, but then it did lead to all this other stuff happening. And yeah, the universe works in odd ways. Like, I think that he tries to explain everything with science, but how do you explain the coincidence of him sitting down in the bar and the one person he happens to talk to,
the one that inspires you to go help Jesse and not just walk away from it, the dad of her, like, and you basically aided in the end of her life, like, and didn't the lives lost
actively
with the plane crash
intervene
because of all those things. Like, there are so many, like, the true,
and then because
like, why is my brain not working?
I don't know.
Sorry.
Maybe it's because I keep talking. I'm so sorry.
You're fine. Get it. I'm listening here, girl.
But it's also like I could see Walter kind of spiraling and feeling like this existential dread because it's like the one thing that's like he's gone to bat for the most. Honestly, has been Jesse. Like, I know he's had like motives to like protect and like take care of his family, and I think that was his thing initially, but I think he really like has genuinely grown in interest in also caring for Jesse in whatever up way he cares for people. I don't understand. Like, they do have a very toxic relationship because Walter's a toxic person. Like, fight me, but he is like, he's a toxic person. He's a toxic individual doing toxic things, and Jesse, I get, like, he's not really doing anything that's any better because they're partners in this, but like, it's like Jesse's also a lot younger. He's a lot more naive. And I think Walter notices that Jesse is taking from the product. That's his assumption there at the end. And I think that's partially why he's like freaking out, because it's like he's already kind of really lost. Like, then he starts to recount, like, I lost Skylar, like, I thought that it'd be this, I thought that it'd be this, and then he's like, and then I think he realizes he just doesn't admit how much he cares about Jesse.
Everything.
Like, he doesn't admit how much he actually cares about Jesse. And so I think what he's really spiraling on now is that, like, if Jesse, like he said, if you fuck up, like, I can't protect you, like, I can't do anything. And even though Jesse's like, who said you needed to? Like, it's just, they have this odd dynamic.
Yeah. And I think a lot of this, too, what I was going to say like, while we were watching, but I was like, I was gonna hold it for discussion. Like, he with Walt, you know, like, we're always like, man, I really want to see him have like an actual consequence or whatever. But I think what's happening is like all of the pressure at once. It's like he's been in a pressure cooker, and with Hank being shot and that last jab by Skylar, they would just believe, like, I know that some way this is your fault.
Yeah,
like,
I really don't think the Ted thing hurt him that bad, because I think it was obvious that Skylar, like, she's just being petty.
Right. No, 110%. It was one of those things that was like to drive the point home. But I think that last shot by Skylar, it really set something off. And after he sits down and talks to Gus as well, like, he knows he's in danger. You know what I mean? Like, I think it finally clicked, because before him and Skylar got divorced, when he was going to die, all of the consequences that he perceived in his head weren't gonna matter if he died from cancer. And I think that's obviously that's why they had that whole discussion of when
like,
it would have been a great time for me to die.
To die.
Because now those consequences and all the bad things can happen. It's like tripled with what he's now gone and dipped his toe in.
Yeah.
With being this involved, right? So you've got that piece. And then you have that obsessive piece. And we know damn well, look at him, he does not emote properly. So he's got all of these, like, he's got the guilt. He lost the whole reason he was making these sacrifices. The whole reason that he could rationalize his rude and bad choices, right? Him dying and his family.
Yeah.
He can rationalize, well, I want to save Jesse. Who's going to be there to save him if I'm gone? I can do the, like, I have Skylar. I have to support Skylar. That's why I can go and do these things. All those pieces were why I think he was able to keep those negative feelings at bay for as long as he did. And that's gone.
Yeah, because now he's like moving into a realm of like this will like either, yeah. I mean, like, how does he sustain what he's doing?
Yeah, it's because, let's be real.
He only started doing it because he thought that it wasn't
Right.
going to be forever.
Yeah, exactly. And now he's
like
found
signing
himself in a space
Yeah.
where he's put his entire family in danger. Hank was shocked by his choices
Yeah.
and his
almost
involvement with Hugo.
died.
Hank
Like he's
almost
literally
died.
like
He
maybe
may not
paralyzed
walk.
from like the legs down.
Exactly. He
the waist
may
down.
not walk ever again.
Ever again.
So how do you sit back now that you're in remission? You have
You're healthy. Like
you're healthy.
You're healthy. Like
You have that.
congratulations.
You don't have your wife. You're lying to your son. At least Marie kind of knows something, but still lies, man, about the money. And you did it basically for the ego because you wanted to be able to say that you provided for your family at that point too. You have nothing that you fought for, and now you have to deal with all those feelings that you do have. Yeah,
Yep.
that fly would piss me the off too.
Yeah.
Like,
Or something so small
Yeah.
like will just tip you.
because
and
how else do you
make
function?
you spiral.
How else you have to keep
Also,
yourself
yeah, like,
distracted from the way you're feeling?
Yes, because like
And
it's in there somewhere. Like whether or not you recognize it, like
Yep.
it's in you somewhere. Like
Yep.
repressed or like suppressed, it doesn't matter. Like you're either your automatic nervous system is
Does
either
not forget.
distracting you from
Yeah.
it, or you're actively choosing to ignore it.
Yeah.
And like, yeah,
A fly would make me mad too. So
yeah.
I do like how they did
This episode was
for
really
sure.
unique
I
and
know-
like
Yeah.
very creative and a different way of like. That's why I was like, it feels very cryptic. Like I think that this episode will maybe resonate. This will be an episode to probably put a pin in because I
Yeah,
feel
for sure.
that there was a lot of monologues. It was very like drawn out on one thing. A lot of different topics were brought up. So I wonder how much this episode resonates throughout the rest of the season.
Right, for sure. It was like, and I know like we're frustrated in the beginning, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's just like I
was waiting for a break like this. Like
Yeah.
I was waiting for something like this to happen. Like, because I felt myself. This was the first time I finally felt like I was like, oh, finally, like it's in there. Like he has it in him that he feels something about the way he's been doing things. Like it's just annoying to watch somebody like tromping around.
It's so
For season on season on season
it's like-
without ever being like, oh my god, like
Hey,
well,
I'm the problem.
the situation I'm in is actually f***ing crazy. Like the situation I'm in is bad. Like this is f***ed up, and I can't do anything. But like, can I do something, or what do I do? Like there's
Yeah.
no existential crisis, and I don't understand. Like it's
I
like
would have been spiraling long before that moment.
I know I would have had a lot of other moments where I was like, oh.
Yeah, and that's why it was so annoying in the beginning because you just want to shake them because you know there's potential. It's like you are a person somewhere. Come on, guy.
Yeah, or at
Like-
least like we've said, like it's like commit to your thing and like just be
Just
good at it.
either
Like
lean
do
the whole way into it or don't because there's 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It's just it makes me mad. Either don't care at all or be a normal person.
yeah, like it's like yeah. That's why I said like it was interesting to watch Jesse be like, no, I'm a bad guy and I just have to accept
Yeah.
that. And then he makes bad decisions and he follows through on that. Where it's like
Oh.
Walter's like, no, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it anymore.
I
I'm
just-
not doing it anymore. I'm such a good guy. And it's like, are you a good guy? Like,
Have you ever
have
been?
you ever
Have
actually
we-
been
don't
like
even
a
know.
really good, outstanding guy? Like in general, like just like even on normal things that are like maybe that's not that nice, but like at least you're not murdering somebody. Like before the murder and the meth, like were you really a good guy? Because
your
it seems
core.
like Gretchen, like whatever, like that,
Yeah,
like
whatever
seems
that
to
dynamic,
hurt.
it's
Like that
weird
seemed to be
somewhere.
really bad.
It's still weird
Like,
somewhere, and I want more about that.
even just like I also like you could tell like from the beginning of the
Mhm.
season, and I feel like you kind of were like really, but it just even seemed like him and Skylar, like didn't really get along, like
Mm-hmm.
that they just weren't really compatible for some reason. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at it again. But I remember kind of feeling like I'm like, they like just don't really like.
It's like they don't have actual intimacy.
Yeah,
it's
like
they
they're-
didn't
it was
really,
very
they
weird,
weren't
like-
vibing. They weren't like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because he wasn't 100% in, or like I
I
don't know
think
what
it's
the
just
piece
because he
was.
hasn't ever been. It seems like maybe Walter hasn't ever been, and that's why I'm saying committing to your bit. Like as a character, like he isn't even 100% in on who he actually is.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he's fully decided. Like right, like if we say like, oh, like Jesse's committed to Breaking Bad, like he's doing that.
Right.
Like Walter is doing bad things, but he's not like.
But he still wants to have.
It's like he's not doing it with his chest. Like he's not like,
Yeah.
I'm actively making this decision because I know I'm a bad person and this is what I need to do and this is how I'm going to do it. And like, F you guys, like I'm getting this done. Instead, he just he has the same like level of intensity, but he's very manic.
It doesn't seem, or it's like he's still trying to hold on to what he. I know exactly what you mean.
You
and
know
I just
what
can't.
I can't explain it. I don't know how to
the words
explain
are
it yet.
failing me right now in this moment. But yeah, no, absolutely. Because he's like, he's still, I don't know. I think in the back of his head, he still can go home and be the dad who drives the car with his kids' stuff in it and just be this guy.
Yeah, like he's
But
like trying to
you're
hold on
actual
to like,
criminal. Like the way he tried to justify it, this guy, like, I don't sell it. I just make it. It's like, but you're still doing it though.
yeah.
Like it's still you doing that, and he thinks that he's
Which it's like it's technically not just that. Like,
No, yeah.
like he's not admitting to all of the other
Exactly.
things.
And
Like
I think
in this
that's-
ecsode, he's finally
right, exactly
kind
And
of
that
starting
lack-
to admit
so
to like
it's-
the other things that are actually going on and how that sits with a person.
It's like he dipped his toe in accountability. He
Yeah,
took his
he was
big
like,
toe and went and tested the water. Went
Like I'm not gonna tell
don't
you
think
that I was
like
there
it,
when
but
Jane died, but like
I'm
I'm gonna
tell you-
get really close.
I'm gonna get real close.
I'm gonna tell you some of the stuff
Ugh.
leading up to that.
so you can kind of conceptualize. Except it still doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just like he's almost there. Like he, like, you know, and I think, but at the end of the day, because he can't admit it to anybody else, he definitely can't admit it to himself. That's why he's not doing it with his whole chest, because I don't think he believes at his core he's a bad person. He still doesn't think he's a bad person.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think it's
big-
kind of like
he
it's
wa- yeah.
like Barry when he's like
Yes.
where it's like Hank's like, you're the worst person I know. Like it's like if you had a Hank character around him, he'd be like, no, dude, you're totally evil.
You're totally evil.
Like, and you're so good at it. Like
Yeah.
you're the evilest person I know. Like that's amazing. Like you do good at crime. Like right.
Yeah.
Like it's like that would be like Walter. Like he's like, no, I'm a family man. I'm a family man.
I've
I'm not
only
evil.
done
I'm
this
not
for my
evil.
family.
Like I've only done this for my family. It's like, yeah, but the things that you did for your family are evil. Like you're
Yeah.
evil. Like you're an evil person.
Yeah, like I get it. Like you wanted to protect and do your family, but when we started crossing all these lines, and then it kept going, and it's like you stopped doing it for just your family at some point.
Yeah,
And
then
it was
kind of just
before
became this.
Skylar found out.
And then we had like a few string of
Yeah.
episodes where it felt like he really was just then like kind of on a rampage. Like he like felt, I don't know, like
It's
it was
like
almost like he was like,
It's like, and on that day, his grew 2 sizes.
yeah, like he felt like really good about it. Like he
Yeah.
was like kind of like
leaning into
like
the
it
bad
was
guy,
like-
and then it was like, oh wait,
like
but
his guilty pleasure. Like he was
Yeah.
like all about it. Like
And if he would just full sent that, you know, like we probably still wouldn't like him, but it would
yeah,
make
but
it
then
less
I would be like,
frustrating.
okay, it makes sense.
Like,
Like
you
you're
suck.
a bad guy.
All
Like,
right.
yeah.
Now let me follow you in your villainhood. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Like-
I can root for.
And
a
that's
bad
why, like,
guy.
I think people feel like they're like, oh, well, you guys always treat Jesse like he's innocent. It's like, no, I've said that. It's like, you guys, I've said it. Like, Jesse's committing to the type of person he said he was going to be. He said he was going to be a bad guy. So, like, as a viewer, then I accept, like, well,
he's gonna be a bad
Jesse's going to
guy.
be a
He's
bad
gonna
guy.
make
He's
really
going to
crappy
start
decisions.
doing, like,
Yeah.
worse things, and which, such as selling drugs to his AA people
Yeah,
or that
yeah,
poor
whatever.
girl at the freaking gas station. Like, that's
that
messed
was
up.
gross.
Like it's gross. It's
Yeah.
messed up. And like I said, this episode, it's like getting more difficult to like deal with Jesse, but but I can't like he as a
He is who he
character
is, yeah.
admitted he is who he is and this is who he's gonna be. And like
and he's gonna suck. So
if he says that, then
but Walt, and yeah, and you know, and sometimes it really gets on my nerves because like the way that Walt talks down to Jesse and in the condescending tone and him having to put himself up on a platter because he is incapable of letting his guard down and, you know, being vulnerable and like actually say what's bothering him is so frustrating to watch. And it's so like, ugh, like when Jesse hits him, I'm like, oh yeah, man, I felt that. I know you wouldn't hit him that hard.
I know. I was like, that's so funny.
That's
like,
so funny.
You guys are
But,
ridiculous.
yeah,
with
I
this
do.
Fly.
The acting in this episode was just
I know, dude. The
amazing,
monologues
though.
are
Yeah,
so good.
they're
The
so
monologues
good in
in like
this.
the last like 3
Yeah.
episodes have been so good.
fire.
Yeah.
It's
So,
so good. But like, yeah, the writing is I like what they did with a lot of the like, you know, it's not really symbolism because it's there, but I guess like the metaphors and like the similes and like what they were portraying and how they were portraying it was really well done.
yeah,
in this
it seems
episode,
like
too.
it could just apply to like a lot of
So
different
many
like
things,
situations.
themes in this show.
Yeah.
It's just really well done, you know, like it really does put you like kind of where Walt's like when he says like when he finally says to Jesse, you know, like no, it's like these people like nothing can be off, like these people don't care. It's like okay, all right,
Yeah.
I can let you be this person because you're just you are scared and you're worried and you're
Yes.
hurting and now I understand why you are acting like this.
Yeah, it's like he like Walter is like the definition of like somebody trying to just act tough all the time. Like
yeah, and then
it's like be human, like bring it down,
Just
like
feel your
just
feelings
feel
for a
your
second.
feelings for a second, and like just like even if it was by yourself, like just feel your
Yeah.
feelings for a second,
and then maybe you wouldn't obsess about the fly, you know,
Yeah.
like, but
or you would be able to admit why you feel like you're obsessing about the fly
right.
without having to be sedated slightly.
I thought he was gonna fall and like that ladder was going down and Jesse was going down with
Dude,
it.
I
was
don't
so
know. I
stressed with
was
that
like,
whole scene.
Him flying off the top
my
into the
God,
top of the
stop.
vat looked awful. He looked like a rag doll. He was like wham, wham. Like I
It
was like,
looked-
Jesus.
that stunt artist, man.
Yeah, there's
He
a
took
body dent
beating.
in the
That
top of
body
that
go-
vat.
yeah,
That's
for
why I was like,
sure.
I wonder what the top of that thing looks like.
It
'cause
can't be good.
He slammed like full body, just like wham right into it. That yeah. Looked like a cartoon falling off
It really
like
did.
through a tree. Like
Said branch up every way
yeah,
down.
exactly. Branch on every way down.
Oh man.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out and watching this episode of Breaking Bad with us. And we will catch you on the next one.
See you guys.
Bye.